Hello everyone, this is for IB Psychology students and our today's ERQ is evaluate research on the role of hormones of one or more hormones in human behavior. So like the command term says that evaluate means in this ERQ we need to focus on the strengths and weaknesses of what? So it says role of hormones in human behavior means you need to write supporting studies from biological approach hormones topic and write the strengths and weaknesses of the same. So let's see how we answer the question. Let's get started. Okay, so first we are going to start with the introduction, and this is what I write in my introduction. Hormones are a class of chemicals that can affect behavior. Hormones are secreted by glands and then released into the bloodstream for distribution, and although they work at a slower rate than neurotransmitters, their effect on the human body lasts longer. Each hormone has the ability to produce a response only in its respective target cells. As hormones reach their target cells, they bind with receptor sites and trigger a response. Two hormones that appear to play an important role in human relationships are testosterone and oxytocin. So now you have seen that I've written an introduction in which I know that the question is asking about hormones. So I've given what are hormones and what are the features of the hormones. And then I have written two hormones which I will be discussing in my ERQ. So this is important that in introduction you name the hormones that you plan to write in your ERQ. So the next paragraph is going to be the supporting study in which either I'll be using testosterone or oxytocin. So I'll be using testosterone in my first supporting study, and this is what I write in my supporting study. One study that looked at the effect of one hormone was the skateboard study. In this study, researchers measured the levels of testosterone in male skateboards both before and after carrying out tricks in front of a male or a female researcher. They found that skateboarders were willing to take more risk when in front of a female research. In addition, their testosterone was higher. This shows that there is a link between testosterone levels and risk-taking behavior. This may have an evolutionary advantage as men with higher levels of testosterone have a greater chance of reproduction. So I have written the aim of the study and what this study was about. So a brief about the study I have given. Now my question says evaluate. So I need to write the strengths and the weaknesses of the study. So this is what I write. A strength of this study is that it could be easily replicated. A limitation is that it was only done with Australian skateboarders. This makes it difficult to generalize to a larger population and lacks external validity. Now next I write a second supporting study. You can write the same if you want, and this is what I write. A second study of the role of hormones in interpersonal relationships was carried out by Ditsen et al. He wanted to see if oxytocin levels had an influence on human trust and communication patterns. To carry out the experiment, the researchers had a couple discuss a problematic issue. One group received oxytocin intranasally, the other group was given a placebo. The study was a double-blind control design. When watching the video of the conversation, the researcher did not know if the couple had taken a placebo or the oxytocin. In addition, levels of the stress hormone cortisol were measured before and after. The results showed that oxytocin condition had lower levels of stress both in their conversation and in the level of cortisol. So I've written another supporting study which is about the hormone oxytocin. Then as the command term desires, we have to evaluate, that is write the strengths and the weaknesses. So this is what I write in my next paragraph. A strength of this research is that it establishes a clear relationship between the independent and dependent variables and explains how hormones can positively impact human behavior. A limitation is that it has low ecological validity as the discussion took place under lab conditions and the level of oxytocin was artificially manipulated. The study took two measures in order to increase the validity of the findings. Research on hormones can help us better understand the chemicals. This is the, now I'm going to write the conclusion. So this is what I write. Research on hormones can help us better understand the chemicals that cause certain reactions in our bodies and behavior. However, limiting behavioral explanations simply to hormones is reductionist. For example, in the Ditson study, culture and gender norms may affect the couple's interaction. So well, here I am done with this ERQ and I hope you understood it well. And if you have any questions at all about the same, please write your questions or your queries in the comment section below. And if you liked my video, please like, share and subscribe. And if you want any IB material at all, or you want me to give you a class of on psychology on some topic, be it English or in Hindi, I can use these two languages and prepare a lesson for you, and I can upload the video in a week's time. So do let me know if you need any help in yours for your psychology class.